Hi, parents. Welcome to the Parent Guide, helping your teen overcome pornography addiction. Thanks for tuning in today. I'm Matt Bulkley, psychotherapist, and if you are a parent supporting a teen struggling with pornography, then you know that technology plays a huge role. And today, we're diving deep into further exploration of the stages of change model, which we covered in a previous episode to guide your teen toward recovery. And today, we will analyze each of those stages with a special focus on technology management tools like monitoring apps, tech curfews, tech-free bedrooms, and different phone choices. This 15-minute guide will give you practical steps to create a safer digital environment for your teen to support a successful recovery. So let's dive in. So, change is a process, and teens go through a series of stages as they work toward a recovery from pornography addiction. And the stages of change model helps us to meet our teens where they are. Now, as a refresher from a previous episode, stages are pre-contemplation, where they don't see a problem, contemplation, where they're considering change, preparation, where they plan to act, action, where they're actively recovering, and then maintenance, where they sustain progress. Technology can be a trigger for relapse, but it can also be a powerful tool for support when used strategically. Today, we'll focus heavily on tech management interventions, monitoring apps, tech curfews, tech free bedrooms, types of phones, and how much trust should be provided to your teen based on their current stage of change. These tech tools, paired with empathy and open communication, can create a supportive environment. So let's break it down, starting with the first stage. So, in the pre contemplation stage, your teen does not see their pornography use as an issue. They might deny or minimize it or try to circumvent the structure that you have put in place for their technology use. They may even go to extremes of having a secret phone or access to technology that they keep hidden from you, preventing you from being able to manage it. And confrontation can push them into secrecy. But here's the thing: technology management in this stage is critical to limit exposure while you're working to build trust on this issue. So, here's how to use technology to support them while trying to minimize their resistance. So, one, monitoring apps, install a filtering app like Nanny or Bark on any device that they would use to access the internet to block explicit content and to track their online activity. Nanny uses AI to detect and block pornographic content across apps and browsers, even in incognito mode, and be transparent about its use to avoid trust issues. Explain, this keeps our family's devices safe like a digital guardrail. Set it up to send you real time alerts for flag content, giving you insight without constant hovering. Next, implement a tech curfew. Force an 8 p.m. device cutoff to reduce late night access when temptation peaks. Use a router based solution like Gryphon or Circle to automatically disable Wi Fi for your teen's devices at night. Frame it as a family rule. We all need a screen break to rest better. And if they use cellular data, apps like Custodio can disable apps after hours. Create a tech free bedroom. Set up a family charging station in a common area like the living room to keep devices out of bedrooms overnight. And use a lockable charging box like Yonder if you need extra security. And this helps everyone sleep better and stay focused. And if they need an alarm, offer a non internet enabled clock. As far as phone choice, switch to a basic phone like Bark or Gabb, which allows calls and texts but blocks internet access and apps. And these phones use a restricted operating system to prevent workarounds. And introduce it by explaining this simplifies your digital life while keeping us connected. And at this stage, a smartphone should be a non negotiable. If it is evident that they're in denial and are unwilling to acknowledge the issue despite evidence, restricting access to explicit media is highly recommended, as a teen in denial will most assuredly exploit a smartphone to seek out pornography. Here's the thing: the key is to implement these tools, recognizing that they may continue to find ways to circumvent their way around these tools. But this at least gives you a chance to observe their behavior without forcing change. And if you notice red flags like sexual acting out or self harm, or if despite your efforts to have influence in their life, they continue to lie, deceive, manipulate, an intervention like star guides may be needed as parent led efforts or outpatient therapy and counseling might not suffice. And avoid the pitfall of coming across as over monitoring or punishing. If your teen feels spied on, they'll hide more. So pair tech tools with non-threatening questions like, how's your time online going, to keep communication open. Parents in the contemplation stage, your teen acknowledges their pornography use might be a problem, but feels unsure about changing, and tech tools here can support their growth awareness while keeping temptations at bay. Your teen is more open now, so involve them in tech solutions to build trust with them. Continue to use monitoring apps, so maybe combine Net Nanny's filtering with an accountability app like Covenant Eyes, which tracks browsing history and shares reports with you or an accountability partner and your teen. Covenant Eyes uses screen monitoring tech to detect explicit images across devices and fostering transparency. So sit down with your team to set it up. Explain this app helps us to talk openly about your online choices. Customize filters to block specific categories, such as explicit and adult content, while allowing safe sites. Continue to use a tech curfew. Reinforce that 8 p.m. curfew using Gryphon or Circle to control Wi Fi access. And in choosing a cutoff time, maybe say, well, what time works for you to wind down? This gives them some ownership while maintaining the structure. And they bypass Wi Fi restrictions with data. Consider a carrier level data cap through your phone provider. Continue to maintain a tech free bedroom for your teen. Keep the charging station in a common area and use a lockable box like Yonder if it's needed. If they resist, simply explain this supports your goal of cutting back by reducing late night triggers, and offer something like a non internet MP3 player for music. As far as phone choice, basic phone like the Bark is still ideal, but if a smartphone is required for school, use Bark or Custodio for real time content monitoring and app restriction, plus Covenant Eyes for accountability, and show them the settings. Say, let's customize these to help you to stay on track. And this is a great stage to introduce resources like the Recovery Toolbox for teens or outpatient therapy, as they're probably more receptive in this stage, but avoiding pushing too hard or they might retreat back into that pre-contemplation stage. Parents in the preparation stage, your teen is planning to address their pornography use. And in the action stage, they're actively recovering using therapy, tools, and new habits. Technology management is crucial to support their momentum. So here's how to use tech to empower them. Continue to use monitoring apps like Net Nanny for filtering and Covenant Eyes for accountability. And in preparation, help them customize filters to align with their goals. And in action, review the Covenant Eyes reports together to celebrate progress. I see that you've avoided risky sites. How's that going? And NetNanny's time management feature can also limit daily screen time to encourage balance. Continue to have a tech curfew. That 8 p.m., I think, is okay still. And use Gryphon or Circle for Wi Fi control or Custodio for app restrictions. In action, maybe allow a little flexibility. Maybe 9 p.m., they've earned trust, but keep the routine firm. Use router logs to confirm compliance. Keep that tech free bedroom in place, the charging station. Consider a smart outlet to power down devices at night. And in action, reinforce this keeps your space safe for rest and recovery, and offer a basic alarm clock as an alternative. As far as phone choice, stick with a basic phone like Gabb or Bark for simplicity. But if smartphone's needed, use Bark for content monitoring, Custodio for app and time limits, Covenant Eyes for accountability. And in action, Review monthly. Say, let's make sure that these controls are still working for you. If relapse risks appear, revert back to the basic phone. Support the proactive steps with continued participation in therapy, recovery groups, working through the recovery toolbox for teens, and praise specific efforts. I'm proud of you for sticking with your plan. Don't take over their plan in preparation or assume that they're fixed. And in action, stay consistent with those tech boundaries, even when it seems like that they're doing well. Parents, in the maintenance stage, your teen has made significant progress and is focused on preventing relapse. But remember, recovery is a long term process. Actually, for most, it becomes a lifelong process. And tech tools remain essential to reinforce their new habits. So keep tech management tight to support long term success. And this is tough because some teens can feel frustrated with this and they conclude that they have proven that they no longer require monitoring or tech management. And this is an important topic to dialogue about with them in maybe a family therapy session. Here's the thing, I think you continue to use the monitoring apps, continue Covenant for accountability, and sharing reports to reinforce transparency, maybe gradually reduce Net Nanny's filtering as they show responsibility, but continue to keep some oversight. For example, loosen time limits, but maintain the content filters. I still think the tech curfew is necessary even in the maintenance stage. Allow flexibility for special cases, but emphasize consistency. This routine is your key to success. Monitor router or app logs for adherence. Continue the tech free bedroom. Maintain the charging station with the lockable box or smart outlet. And reinforce this keeps your bedroom a safe zone for rest. As far as phone choice goes, if they've shown consistent responsibility, a smartphone with Bark, Custodio, and Covenant Eyes is okay. And use Bark's detailed reports to monitor texts, social media for relapse signs. Review the settings regularly and be ready to revert to a Bark phone if needed. Encourage ongoing therapy, support groups, participation in positive activities like sports or music. The pitfall is complacency. So even in maintenance, relapse is a risk. So keep those tech boundaries firm while celebrating their progress. So parents across all the stages pair tech tools with open communication. Ask, how's managing your online time going? And keep the dialogue and the communication open and ongoing, regardless of the stage that your teen is currently in. Model healthy tech use yourself. Follow the curfew and the tech free bedroom rules yourself. Too many parents make themselves hypocrites for not abiding the rules and the structure that they require of their kids. And involve your teen in setting up apps and boundaries to help them build ownership. Help guide them to see the value in having structure to their technology use. Now, make sure to pick up the Recovery Toolbox on the therapyassociates.net website in the bookstore, which includes the Breaking Free Workbook, Breaking Free Parent Guide, and the 101 Tips for Quitting Porn. And these can be helpful in each of the stages of change. And again, if you see red flags like self harm, suicidality, pervasive mental health issues, sexual acting out has occurred, creating safety issues for themselves or others, or if they're stuck in pre-contemplation, and as a parent that you have discovered that you no longer have any influence in their life, then it's time to seek professional help and explore a program like Star Guides for intensive support. And that's at starguides.net. Tech tools are powerful, but they work best with empathy and professional guidance when it's needed. Parents, helping your teen overcome pornography addiction starts with smart technology management. Begin with one step, like maybe setting up a net nanny filter or a family charging station, and then build from there. Meet your teen where they are, make sure that you use empathy and that you're consistent. Parents, if this helped, please share it with another parent who might need it. Like, subscribe, and continue to tune in for the latest in tools, strategies, research, and support for helping your teen to overcome pornography addiction. We're here for you, and I will see you next time.